A new era of U.S. tariffs. The global trade landscape is in constant flux. Recent times have witnessed a surge in protectionist measures, particularly from the United States. These policies, characterized by increased tariffs, have sent ripples across the global economy, impacting even resilient economies like India. India, a major player in the global trade arena, now faces the direct impact of these U.S. tariffs. This essay delves into the potential ramifications of these tariffs on the Indian economy, focusing on critical export sectors. The U.S. tariffs, primarily targeting China, have inadvertently ensnared India in their crosshairs. This development has raised concerns about its potential to disrupt India's economic trajectory, particularly its export-oriented sectors. Understanding the implications of these tariffs is paramount for policymakers and businesses alike. The U.S. remains a crucial trading partner for India, and any disruptions in this relationship demand careful analysis and strategic response. The U.S. tariffs cast a long shadow over several vital sectors of the Indian economy. Seafood, a significant contributor to India's export earnings, faces an immediate threat. The tariffs on shrimp, a staple export, could disrupt the livelihoods of countless farmers and fishermen. The textile industry, a cornerstone of the Indian economy, is also bracing for impact. The tariffs threaten to erode the competitiveness of Indian textiles in the U.S. market, potentially leading to job losses and reduced earnings. Pharmaceuticals, another significant export earner for India, face uncertainty. The tariffs could potentially disrupt the supply chain of generic drugs to the U.S., impacting both Indian pharmaceutical companies and American consumers. India's burgeoning IT services sector, heavily reliant on the U.S. market, is not immune to the ripple effects of these tariffs. A decline in outsourcing by U.S. companies could stifle growth and impact employment in this crucial sector. The imposition of U.S. tariffs has triggered a wave of revisions in economic forecasts for India. International institutions and rating agencies have downgraded India's GDP growth projections, acknowledging the potential adverse effects of these tariffs. The Reserve Bank of India, tasked with steering the Indian economy, has responded with a series of monetary policy adjustments. Recognizing the need to cushion the economy from external shocks, the RBI has lowered interest rates, aiming to stimulate investment and domestic consumption. These measures, while proactive, underscore the seriousness of the situation. The RBI's interventions highlight the tangible threat posed by the U.S. tariffs to India's macroeconomic stability. The economic landscape is fraught with uncertainty, and the effectiveness of these policy responses remains to be seen. The interplay between global trade tensions and domestic economic policies will continue to shape India's economic trajectory in the coming months. Section 4. India's Strategic Playbook: Diversification and Retaliation. In the face of these challenges, India has adopted a two-pronged strategic approach. Recognizing the risks of overdependence on a single market, India is actively pursuing export market diversification. Efforts are underway to strengthen trade ties with alternative markets, particularly in Europe and Southeast Asia. This diversification strategy aims to reduce India's reliance on the U.S. market and mitigate the impact of future trade shocks. Simultaneously, India is exploring retaliatory measures seeking to protect its interests. These measures include imposing reciprocal tariffs on U.S. imports, aiming to create leverage in trade negotiations. While retaliation carries its own risks, it underscores India's determination to defend its economic interests on the global stage. The effectiveness of this approach will depend on India's ability to forge new partnerships and navigate the complexities of global trade politics. Section 5. Conclusion: Navigating the Storm. The U.S. tariffs present a formidable challenge to the Indian economy. However, India is not a passive player in this global trade drama. Its diversified economy, coupled with proactive policy measures and a strategic approach to diversification and retaliation, provides a degree of resilience. While the road ahead may be bumpy, India's ability to adapt and innovate will determine its success in navigating these turbulent waters. The ultimate impact of the U.S. tariffs will depend on a complex interplay of factors, including the duration of these tariffs, the response of other economies, and the effectiveness of India's strategic maneuvers. The situation demands vigilance, adaptability, and a commitment to open dialogue to mitigate risks and seize emerging opportunities in the evolving global trade landscape. India's journey through this period of uncertainty will offer valuable lessons for navigating the complexities of global trade in the years to come.